Good.
Okay, they just here for years, it's the Mizzle show. Always checking in, cause you know we love spouse. Hey, they just hit 100 subs, it's time they get some out. Hey, yeah, just two brothers, yeah, y'all. Come tune in, they got guests, they got others, yeah, y'all. Come sit and chat, they got talks like no others, yeah, y'all. Cause it's a family up in here, we love each other, yeah, y'all. Let's see what they say tonight, yeah. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show.
Yes, it is. Well, I did not know the first round damn near takes almost 4 hours to do. You're just doing 32 picks.
All the freaking acts that they did, and it took Roger Goodell like he was walking to the damn podium like he's the Undertaker getting to the ring.
But nonetheless, hi, as we just saw the Philadelphia Eagles just got even more deadly on defense as they traded up to take Jahad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama, to join Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Zach Bond, Cooper. Boy, that Vic Fangio is very happy in Philadelphia right now. Needless to say, but
isn't he trying to repeat, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Chefs, their pick is in the last pick of round one, and we will see who that is with more. So Shedeur Sanders is going to be a day 2 pick.
The Tide in Georgia has ruled the draft so far to in the first round.
Fuck them elephants.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm agree to that because I do not like Alabama at all. Not at all. Zelly, we'll be sending you that link here in a second here, brother. Just bear with us. We're gonna get the show rolling, then we'll bring you in.
But I will say this though. Well, right now the Chiefs are about to announce their 32nd pick, and they select Josh Simmons, tackle from Ohio State. That concludes round 1.
I wish they could have did rounds 1 and 2 today, but I understand nobody wants to be out there for another 4 hours.
Well, they still might stay out there. But I just want to say the atmosphere in Green Bay was absolutely outstanding. Green Bay, Wisconsin, you guys should be very proud of yourselves.
Agreed.
As Ellie says, take your time. I'm dumbfounded. Okay. Are you dumbfounded about what the horses did or what the Lions did?
I think the Lions did pretty good with. Oh, they might have reached with their pick. If it's the Lions, then I think they might have reached for the pick.
But I trust Brad Holmes and I trust Dan Campbell.
Yes,
because Brad Holmes knows who he wants. Dan Campbell knows who he wants. So I'm a the Lions have had good draft picks the last few years. So anything that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell do, I'm not gonna know. But as the
no team really. Okay. Team really reached with their draft. And it was some good quality picks. Needs were fitted in this first round per se. I like what Carolina did, getting Bryce Young, that weapon, that young man out of Arizona.
Oh,
yeah. That's him and Leggett.
Tat McMillan is going to make Bryce Young's days a lot more easier in
him
Charlotte,
and
North
Leggett
Carolina.
is going to be tremendous together. Just get a tight end and they'll be solid.
Yeah.
Speaking
of tight ends, the Chicago Bears hit it on the money. And so did the Colts with their pick.
They took the guy who took the guy from Penn State?
The Colts did.
Yes. Is that like Dallas Clark all over again?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Dallas Clark, look that up. Him and Peyton
Yeah,
Manning were good
Dallas
together.
Clark, a very good tight end.
No,
Very
it
good
was
tight end.
Andrew Luck and Dallas Clark, or was it Peyton Manning?
No, Peyton Manning had him first.
Okay.
Peyton had him
Yeah.
first. For sure.
Yeah,
for
Dallas
sure.
Clark was just a talented
Yes.
tight end.
Yes.
I was not disappointed with this draft, and as you know, that I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm a happy Raider fan right now.
Yeah,
I mean, getting Genty
2 straight years, it slips to your lap for 2 straight years.
Yeah,
that is wow. But
yeah.
round one,
When have you seen Raider fans ecstatic for picks that they've done and not head scratched?
It's been a while.
And guess what? It was 2 regimes that did this. Mm-hmm. Bowers was not the pick of this regime.
No, that was a Tom Telesco pick.
So
and then John Spytek, with his pick.
Well, like I said to you in production, he was part of drafting Bucky.
Yes, he was. He was on that. He was on that staff. Now look, here's the thing, and I told you this right as I got off of work, and I was making my way back home. I said, you'll be hard pressed not to take him if he's there.
And as you sent me, because I didn't even get an update on that yet, but I did read it. They knew they were going to draft this young man. How quick he signed his contract.
Oh yeah, 31.8 million guaranteed.
He knew where he was going, or just the Raiders had that money set aside for whoever was going to be drafted in that spot, because that could have been the rookie scale. So
yeah,
they just got it done quickly. So now they can really focus on
getting him in camp.
Well, he's probably on his way to Vegas right now.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
But one thing that I want this organization to do is have somebody with this young man his whole time in Vegas. He's 21 years old, and we know what happens when young ones come to Vegas.
Oh, you don't think Marshawn's going to tell him to stack his chicken?
Well, I'm just saying we don't want another Henry Ruggs on our hands.
No. But
that hurt.
But in this case, but I think in Genty's case, and not saying that Ruggs did not have a bad head on his shoulders, because from what Nick Saban said, he was a great young man. He just made one unfortunate critical mistake.
Of course.
But I really think with Genty, I really don't think he has to worry about that, just because of how he was raised by his parents. That's just my interpretation. I mean,
well, he seems humble. Yeah. But let's just hope that he doesn't fall to the temptation of Vegas. That's all I'm just saying.
No, and
because it could happen.
Rightfully so. I do understand.
Look. I've been there numerous times.
True. But the only reason why I say that is because his father was a Navy chief petty officer, so I'm pretty sure he has already had that discipline.
Well, as Zelly just hit on what?
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, like Daddy was a seaman in the Navy, chief petty officer, and so he has that discipline instilled in him, coming out of Frisco, Texas. So, but I mean, that's just. Well, I mean, like I said, you get Brock Bowers 1 year, and now you get the runner-up to the Heisman Trophy winner and the Maxwell and Doak Award winner from Boise State. So, I mean, the man was not too far off of breaking Barry Sanders' career record in rushing in college. So, I mean, like I said,
they should have gave it to him. I'm a little upset about that. I'm always going to feel bitter about that.
Hey, I get it. I understand. I do understand. But for those that are watching, fans of whatever team that you root for, are you happy with your draft picks? Are you not happy with your draft picks?
Chime in.
Let us know.
Read the comments.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And I hope you wasn't sick of us. This morning we went on a
we were not we were not expecting to go in 3 hours, but we appreciate JP Josh.
3 hours, 2 new subscribers. conversation was great. We went down a rabbit hole, then got a little emotional, then ended it right. What a great fucking show.
Yes. So, but now before we get full-fledged final into the draft, real quickly,
Okay.
here's what's going on around the playoffs in the court and on the ice. Right now, with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth, Memphis, despite the fact that John Morant left the game, Memphis is up 97-89 with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That's on
Mm-hmm.
TNT. On NBA TV in Inglewood right now, the Clippers up big on the Nuggets 80-62. That's got 3.5 to go in the third quarter. That game is being aired on NBA TV. And a very great game took place in Detroit, but at the end, Cat had 31 to lead the way. Brunson at 30 as the Knicks get by the Pistons in a very good game, 118 to 116 as the Knicks take a 2-1 advantage in that series. Obviously, if the Grizzlies win, they'll get their first win in the series, and the Clippers and Nuggets are currently tied. The winner of that will take um, the lead in that series. On the ice right now, with about 2.5 minutes to go, the Golden Knights might be trailing as the Minnesota Wild are up 4-2 in the third period. That's on TBS. Currently on ESPN2, the Blues are up 3-1 over Winnipeg as the Blues are trying to get back in that series. Currently, Winnipeg leads that series 2-0. That's got 14:50 to go in the third period. Um, in overtime, the Maple Leafs beat the Senators 3-2. The Maple Leafs are up 3-0.
Ooh, looking for the sweep.
Yeah, but hockey fans, hold your breath because for whatever reason, and I don't know why this happens, but this happens more often in hockey than in the sport. Teams coming back down 3-0 and coming
True.
back. And
Our
trust me,
San Jose Sharks were up 3 games to
yes,
none.
yes, our Sharks broke our hearts, and it even made us more mad because it was against the damn LA Kings. But that's here nor there. Panthers up 2-0 against the Lightning in the Battle of Florida. They shut them out 2-0, and that's your action on the ice. Also, real quickly, as the Wild just scored again, now they're up 5-2. So this game is just about over, and Minnesota will go up 2-1 in the series. Real quickly, no fracture or structural damage to Jimmy Butler. But his status for Game 3 is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
That's according to the MRI that he got today as he came back. So what they said is he has sustained a deep glute muscle contusion, and his availability for Saturday's game is in serious jeopardy. But again, the good news is that the MRI shows that it is
No
no
structural
fracture
damage.
or structural damage. So that is a very good result. Um, so we will see what happens when Game 3 comes on.
I think Jimmy plays.
Well, he's going to try to give everything he's got to
100%.
definitely play in this game. So we just wanted to.
But it was good to see that Kuminga got a little bit of run too.
Yeah.
Man, the Giants getting Abdul Carter and coming back to get Jackson Dart. Yeah.
And they just picked up Kyron Thibodeau's fifth-year option. So Thibodeau and Abdul Carter, that could be one nice combination there, sacking the quarterback in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So, all right, folks, let's first off, let's do this real quick. Zelly, stand by.
I sent them the link already.
Okay, well, there you go. So, eventually, somewhere down the road, Denzel Daniels from the back-to-back Ace NFL Champions League signed next to join us because apparently he has something he wants to say. But here we go, right into it. As expected, the Tennessee Titans picked Cam Ward, number 1 overall, from the U to go be their new franchise quarterback. Callahan making the call along with the front office staff in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, I don't need the noise right now. I'm just trying to go through draft picks, people. Come on, let's go. All right. The Jaguars traded up with the Browns to go from 5 to 2. And Duval picks Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter out of Colorado. So Travis Hunter going to Duval, trying to give
Sunshine got a weapon.
Some help on the front side. And speaking of the East Rutherford Giants, yes, they did indeed take one of the best pass rushers in this upcoming draft. They did take Abdul Carter out of Penn State. The first offensive lineman, one of the guys that I wanted, but Drake Mayo has a protector in Will Campbell from LSU.
Beautiful pick.
Very good pick by Mike Vrabel. Mason Graham gets to go tag team with Myles Garrett in the dog pound in Cleveland. The defensive tackle from
That
Michigan.
line is going to be nasty.
Yeah, that is going to be some nastiness in a very nasty physical division. Of course, Mizzle's beloved Raiders took the best running back in the draft. Of course,
Boom!
from Boise State at number 6.
Let's go. And the first rookie to sign his contract, so there will be no issues.
Yeah, $31.8 million guaranteed for Mr. Genty.
What's that? 4 years with a 5th-year option? Which is standard. That's the standard rookie contract. That's standard.
I didn't see the details of the contract.
It's standard. If you get drafted within the certain parameters of the first round, the contract is 4 years, 5th-year option.
Got it. Wow, that's
so perfect. I know who. Once he gets his number, but as my brother would say, he thinks he's going to wear 2-4. He has to get that permission from Charles Woodson to wear that number, which I think Charles Woodson will bless him.
But I'm okay with him sticking to his Boise State number. But I mean, I just
he gets 2.
I just really think it makes the sense to have
it does.
That. Again, Pete Carroll has his bell cow at running back, which I mean, it's really not shocking that Pete drafts a running back to be his foundation to protect Geno Smith.
Now,
Jets.
We'll talk about that after. My bad. Go ahead and finish about the first round.
The Jets took a very good offensive tackle, Mr.
Yes, they did.
From Missouri, another guy that I wanted for my team to draft at number 11. But
the kid is a brick. You're not getting around him.
That's a very big boy.
That's a large man.
But Tet McMillan, the first wide receiver taken from Arizona.
Good pick.
If you have not watched this kid play,
good pick.
You're in for a treat because this young kid can play, and Bryce Young has target for him to throw to.
Him and Leggett.
Number 8. Calvin Banks Jr. from Texas will protect whoever the quarterback is in New Orleans. Good pick by the Saints. And I tell you what, the Chicago Bears also got a very good tight end. I know we talked about Tyler Warren from Penn State going at 14 to Indianapolis.
Yes.
But the Bears at 10, taking Colston Loveland from Michigan, another very good tight end.
He gets open.
Yes.
He has that Kittle kind of feel to it. He gets open.
Yeah, well, I mean, Big Ten is known for having some good tight ends, as we've come to see. Zelia says, give me 10 minutes.
We'll be here, brother.
Join.
We'll be here.
Now, again, I think he would have been available in the later rounds. But again, as I've always said, if you know who you want,
go get him.
Like, if that's your guy, then you go get him. So, again,
go get him. Yep, 100%.
I'm not disappointed. Or I'm not upset because, again, it was the same thing last year when some of the faithful were questioning about them drafting Ricky Pearsall. I said it last year on last year's draft special. I said, if they felt like that's who they wanted, and as I always say, if that's your guy, then you go get your guy. If that's who you're set on, because he might not be there, then you go get him. So, again, obviously, me being a Georgia Bulldog fan, I love Mikael Williams. I do.
Could have went and got Walker, though.
I would say if you're going to draft the Bulldog, get Jalen Walker, which, Atlanta, good for you.
Stays home.
Good for the Atlanta Falcons. So
stays home.
So, again, yes, I understand. You want somebody to be on the other side with Bosa because Drake Jackson hasn't worked. Leonard Floyd hasn't worked. I get it. I understand it. I do. But however, you are about to extend and pay your quarterback. He needs protection.
All the good ones are off the board now.
Yeah. But I mean, but there's still some solid offensive linemen still in there. But I mean, the ones that you wanted that could start right away, yes, right now, they're all taken.
Now you got projects.
Yes. Speaking of a good one, the Arlington Cowboys taking Mr. Booker from Alabama.
Whoa. Yes.
He will be a nice.
Actually pissed off JP as well too.
He will be a nice replacement for Zach Martin for sure. But also the Dolphins getting Mr. Grant from Michigan to help plug that defense.
Michigan.
Another good pick. Of course, we just talked about the Colts taking Tyler Warren at 14, the tight end from Penn State. Definitely will complement Pierce and Michael Pittman Jr. very well in that offense. Just got to figure out if it's going to be Anthony Richardson running the quarterback situation or however Shane Steichen decides to go.
Agreed.
Again, we just talked about Jalen Walker going to the Falcons. I am not looking forward to seeing Walter Nolan 2 times a year, the defensive tackle from Mississippi. Very good pick by the
very good pick
by the Cardinals.
He uses his hands very well.
Yes, 6'4". Yeah.
What's go? What you got, Mister
Brandon? You was Brandon. You was on one earlier this morning, so I hope you got some rest.
Yeah.
The Bengals got some.
Welcome back, sir.
Help. Okay. Watch the whole thing for us to get no picks. Okay. Now, who is the team?
I forgot who his team is.
Yeah. Who are the team that you're speaking of that got no picks?
The Rams? No. Because the Rams didn't draft.
Has to be the Rams.
Has to be the Rams because they didn't draft.
Yeah, they didn't draft.
They're the ones that traded out. So, are you a Rams fan, sir?
Brandon, are you a Rams fan of Inglewood? You have 5 picks tomorrow. Okay, so
Texans.
Oh,
that's
Houston.
Another team that traded out. The Texans.
Okay. Houston.
Okay.
Right.
No disrespect. We were just trying to throw out the teams that didn't get drafted. We definitely would not try to disrespect your fandom, sir.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's hard.
So Shamar Stewart from A&M goes to Cincinnati, and if they don't trade Trey Hendrickson, that would be a nice compliment, obviously.
Bro, Trey Hendrickson already came out and said that he has had no contact with the Bengals.
Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Oh.
Yeah.
Some Houston Cougars. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not good. And again, I just want to say, damn you, Seattle Seahawks. Damn you. Damn you.
Well, damn Jim Harbaugh. Damn Jim Harbaugh. Because he has a bell cow.
Yeah. But I have to give the Seahawks credit because that is a damn good pick. Gray Zabel, the guard from North Dakota State, goes to Seattle, making holes for
another pick that you and JP wanted.
Yes. He'll be blocking for Sam Darnold and breaking holes for Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker?
Yes. Now, I know, of course, I talked to the Buckaholics, Hammer and Country K.
Oos!
Hammer hasn't given us comments yet, but K, one of the wide receiver that went to the Green Bay Packers, and Mr. Matthew Golden, but
that was set up. That was so scripted. I think the Packers knew that was going to happen. I mean, well, not necessarily, but
it made for great TV.
If you've been watching the draft long enough,
it made for
certain
great
players
TV.
they will tip their cap of where they're going. Just check out Aston Genty's outfit. Check out Gold's outfit. I mean, it was just certain players will tip their cap.
But
Gold was going to the Green Bay Packers. It was given.
But
or just fits, I should say, not given.
But Emeka Ubaka, very good wide receiver. Emeka Ubaka going to Tampa Bay, a very good wide receiver, a very physical wide receiver.
Mike Evans, Godwin, and him.
And don't forget McMillan. Don't forget about McMillan, who came on big. Yeah. Reagan's got some targets in Tampa to throw to.
Yes, he does.
And don't forget about Kate Otten at tight end. And, of course, Bucky in the backfield running that ball.
Bucky!
All right. Jahad Barron from Texas going to the Broncos. Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle from Oregon, going to the Steelers. And just mentioned Omarion Hampton, a very physical, speedy running back from North Carolina, going to put on the Carolina Blue, trading his Carolina Blue for the powder blue. Of course, Matthew Golden getting a big Go Pack Go chant. He will be catching targets from Mr. Jordan Love in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Donovan Jackson, guard from Ohio State, goes to the Vikings. The Giants trade with the Texans. Sorry, Brandon. as the Giants got back in the first round to take Jackson Dart, quarterback, out of MISSISSIPPI as
What has four eyes
only
and can't see? Mississippi.
only Cam Ward and Jackson Dart were the only quarterbacks
Only
taken in the
quarterbacks,
first
yeah.
round. When
And
was
what
the
I think
last
we
time
had
that
one
you?
corner too, right? One corner.
Well, technically, two if you want to count Travis
Well,
Hunter.
Travis Hunter, yeah. But
No,
one
okay,
natural
no
corner.
natural. If we're talking just natural, just two. Barron went to the Broncos from Texas, and
Okay.
Maxwell Harrison went to the Bills at 30, the
All
cornerback
right.
from Kentucky.
Talk about my guy. Talk about my little big brother. I'm about to bring him on. Oh, as he hits the pause and the mute, so I'll do it myself. Ladies and gentlemen, from the two-time champs from the A7FL and Insomniacs, my little big brother that with the yeet, Mr. Denzel Daniels himself.
Who apparently has some passion he wants to unleash.
Yeah, I do. I do. Oh, oh shit! Buckle up.
Thank you, Brandon. I even though, like I said, he could have been in the later rounds. I wanted an offensive lineman, but again, I'm not gonna be mad because a player from my favorite college team goes to my favorite pro team. I'm not gonna be mad at that. But however, as I said, you're about to pay your quarterback. He needs protection. But Zelly, go ahead. The floor is yours.
It's only one pick that I'm pissed off with. Not pissed off, confused.
Okay.
And that's the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. Who
Really,
the fuck
Derek
is your
Harmon?
starting
Really?
quarterback right now?
Nobody.
Fucking Mason punk ass Rudolph.
Oh well, I mean, yeah.
The Steelers have always had under Mike Tomlin, let me know if I'm wrong, had a top defense.
Yes.
For the most part,
You
yes.
spend money.
Yeah.
You spend money to go get DK Metcalf.
That was a trade.
But you
But
still
they
get
they still
gotta pay
signed him
though,
though.
right?
They
You still
signed him
gotta
to a
pay him.
contract. They
They
spent money.
trade him.
They
They
still spend
signed
money.
him. Yes.
You got DK Metcalf. You got George Pickens. You got you have a nice young running back.
Mr. Warren, yes.
They do got a decent tight end too. Can't
And
think
a
of his name
decent
right
tight
now.
Yeah,
end.
Freiermuth is business.
Yes.
He's
Freiermuth
business.
is nice. Yes. I do like
Why
that in that
the
name.
fuck do you not get Shador Sanders? You get
They
Shador
still
Sanders,
can though.
you're in the fight to win that division. Bengals ain't getting better on defense.
But
They did not.
But here's something that Daniel Jeremiah said, and I think this is why the Steelers are hesitant on taking Shador. It's because it almost gives them Kenny Pickett vibes again.
That's exactly what he said.
And they don't want to make that same mistake again.
You ain't seeing Shador at Colorado fighting nobody, pulling no receiver, no DB in the stands, or to the wall like Pickens did, throwing punches. You ain't doing that. You're not seeing that. Because he does this. He can look if you want to say, and y'all, you can shoot me on this one. Shador is the best all-around quarterback in the draft. Now, if you want to say when it comes to like athleticism, give Cam Ward it, give it to him. But you said you saying every throw Shador can make. Under pressure in the pocket, he can make. He had the worst fucking O-line in college. His first year, and he had a decent line this last year.
Well, I don't think he was a check down king, Mr. Corey. He was not a check down king.
JQ, stop it. He's not overrated whatsoever.
And he wasn't a check down king. I don't think he was a check down king.
And he was not the check down king at all.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna agree with that one.
It makes no sense to me. It doesn't. I kept saying that before we had practice. I said, if the Steelers draft Shador Sanders, I'm putting money they're going to win that division. I'm putting money they will. The Ravens don't have a true number one receiver whatsoever. Bengals defense is not good, and we all know about the Browns. And if somehow that Dion is watching this, Dion, do not let your son go to the fucking Browns, who has 4 or 3 fucking picks tomorrow early. Don't do it. You ain't winning shit over there. Do not send him to Cleveland. What quarterback had success in Cleveland the last 10 years?
Damn. I can't answer that shit. Dub might, but
Okay, so Baker led him to the playoffs 1 year.
okay, so that might be the closest.
The last time they made the playoffs after that, Kelly Holcomb was the quarterback. That was back in 2002.
Yeah, I was in third grade.
Then after that,
Shit.
The last time the Browns went to the playoffs, Vinny Testaverde was the quarterback. That was back in 1994, when they played at Old Municipal Stadium, aka mistake by the lake on the shores of Lake Erie. And then there was the Bernie Kosar era back in the 80s.
And I could be wrong, but I believe it's already passed. I believed past tense. If the Steelers take Shador Sanders, they can compete for that division title. They got a strong defense. What was stopping them last year? It was their offense.
Yeah.
Shador is a pocket quarterback, but he can run if he needs to. But his first option is not running. His first option is getting the ball, is throwing the ball. So with that being said, I do not like the Raiders whatsoever. I do not. We all know this. But I'm telling you right now, Raiders, if you're listening somehow, go get that man. He can sit behind Geno. That's fine. He can sit behind Geno. Go get him. That it makes no sense. When I saw the Giants trade up at the end with the Texans, I knew the Giants wasn't gonna get him.
No, they want a dart.
When was the last time the Giants drafted a black quarterback?
Zell, what you say about the Raiders, real quick? I'm sorry, I was talking to my kid.
You're good. I said by all means, I do not like the Raiders, but go get Shador. He can sit behind Geno. Geno don't have that many years left.
I know you don't like my organization, but
this is why I say this. Let me know if I'm wrong. Who has ownership of the Raiders? A little bit of ownership. Who has it?
Tom Brady.
Who trains Shador Sanders?
Tom Brady.
Well, now if we're talking about round 2, the Raiders.
Cleveland has a number. Cleveland was starting. Cleveland is starting off.
Go to Cleveland.
Cleveland is starting off, but the Raiders are, I want to say, 4 or 5 behind Cleveland.
They're 5th.
You see.
So if we're starting round 2, if we're going the first 10 picks in round 2, it's the Browns.
7 Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard.
It's the Browns, Texans, Titans, Browns, then the Raiders, then the Patriots, then the Bears, then the Saints, then the Bears again.
So who on these quarterbacks within that that means like right now?
Saints,
New Orleans, and Cleveland.
Exactly.
I was hoping
he's going tomorrow.
I was thinking when the Rams coming up, I'm like, you know what? Stafford and the GM and the owner don't get along in LA. I think he has 2 years left on his contract. Don't take this the wrong way, Dub. Don't take this the wrong way. I know, but don't take this the wrong way, please. If Shador goes to the Rams, he has a better chance in that division. The Cardinals are not good. Depending on if the 49ers are healthy, and that's the big ass if.
They gotta still sign their quarterback.
And then who's number one receiver in Seattle? You gonna run the ball 80% of the time?
Jackson,
Smith and Jigba is a good receiver. Now
he can hold it down.
Now again, here's his chance to show that if he can be a number 1 now that Tyler Lockett is in Tennessee and DK is in Pittsburgh, it now becomes his wide receiver room. And then
that was a huge signing for the Titans getting Lockett to help out Cam, because you know that's going to be his safety blanket. Because Lockett can get open in the slot, the Z, the Y. He's good.
No, Mr. Corey, you're right. We are not GMs, and yes, they did do their.
We're just talking.
They did do their due diligence, like I've been saying, and I will forever say.
Until I get paid for this, I'm just a guy that just talk shit.
Again, like we all have an idea of who we would like to see our team,
Yes.
our team's draft. Again, like I said,
Yes.
I know some people in the 49 faithful are mad that they drafted Mikael Williams from Georgia.
Oh, it's 50-50 in your fan base right now.
You talking about the Niners?
But again, like I said, yeah. But like I because they got the same shit last year.
Y'all let your whole fucking defense go. What are y'all supposed to do? You can't get mad at that.
No. Here's my thing.
I'm not saying you, Dub. Y'all need some fucking defensive players.
That we do, but more importantly than that, you need people. You're about to pay Brock Purdy. He needs protection.
Yes.
Trent Williams is damn near about to be on the is nearing 40. You need to draft his. You need to draft his replacement like now. You need a right tackle. You need a left guard.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Core, you could say I'm wrong. All I want to. This is what I think about what my team needs to do. They need offensive line protection because
JQ. Who did you want the Niners to get? Because JQ's a Niners fan. Who do you want you guys to get?
Well, he's saying he wants to be on the show.
Oh, let him on.
Send the link. Send the link.
But while you do that, I'm not upset at my Lions pick. You know why? When it came down to crunch time, when it got later in the season, who got hurt the most? Our D tackles.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. No.
We need it. We needed that.
Like I said, as long as Brad Holmes is the general manager, I will trust what he does.
Yes. 100%. And then for my, as you say, my ponies, my Broncos, we had who's defensive MVP?
Simmons.
Oh yeah.
Not Simmons.
Surtain. Excuse me. Surtain.
Yeah, we need another lockdown corner on the other side. I'm not mad at that pick. I'm happy with that.
The Broncos have spent very good money on the defensive side of the ball this year.
You can go ahead and speak on that because I ain't saying shit about that. Thank you,
about the Steelers, JQ.
Also, my Raiders and hey, we might have to take a trip to Houston. I would love to go see that stadium. I'm down to go see that stadium.
I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna go right across the street. I'm gonna go to the Astrodome.
Yeah. Well, if baseball is being played, you never know.
Talking about the Steelers, John Q. What I'm saying is,
I'm about to send you the link. Hold on, buddy.
The full package quarterback.
Oh, I'm gonna send you the link. Hold on. All right.
Wait, are you watching us and then call Doug just to get the link?
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
My bad.
He's that serious.
D-Rock, as you should, brother, because Vic Fangio's got another toy to play with.
Oh,
as you should.
Baby,
as you should be.
Did he get a damn it? That defense is with Carter up front, him and Dean in the back. Good Lord.
Yeah, Vic. Yeah, D-Rock, as you should.
Brandon, what my Broncos need, we need to go out there and get.
They need a wide receiver to come. They need a wide receiver to complement.
That's awesome. We need a true number one. We do.
They need to complement Sutton. Yeah,
100%.
And again, like I guess you can say the best team out there on the Steelers side. Would you say the Ravens? Right? Would you say that the Ravens?
Yeah.
With their running game,
they don't have a true number one receiver.
No, they do not at all.
They do not.
No, they don't.
That's why. So the Ravens don't have a true receiver. So they have to either run the ball with Derrick Henry or with Lamar Jackson, or they can try to force the ball to Andrews. But they're going to double team Andrews.
Which means
Zay Flowers is a hit and miss. You can't trust him.
Zay Flowers cost them a chance to get to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And then what I'm saying is with the Bengals, they didn't address their defense yet.
They won't.
And they will not.
Even though that pick they did.
Jonathan, check your inbox. Sheesh.
The pick they did was pretty good. But like my brother, like Dub said, he can go good with Hendricks, but like I said, they still might trade Hendrickson.
Yeah. And
there's been no communication with him from the organization.
They're not even talking with him. He doesn't talk to them either. So that's why, again, I'm not saying the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is, in that division, with the Ravens not having the number one receiver, the Bengals defense still is terrible. We all know what the Browns are. You put Shador in that Steelers system with DK Metcalf, with George Pickens, with that tight end, with that running back, he's not going to fail. Hey, Miss Jody, I actually missed you. I have nothing to say about your Packers. Good pick.
That was a good pick by the Packers, by the
Good
way.
pick.
Yeah, it was. Good pick.
Okay. Now joining us is the son of former legendary boxer, Mr. Jerry Corey. He is the accountant and Zelly's former teammate on last year's Insomniacs team, who does have a rating. Manly Bernal, the man that gives me many wrestling nicknames, the one, the only Mr. Jonathan Corey. No, he is not in the accountant part 2 with Ben Affleck, but by the way, that movie is in theaters. Please go watch. But
I actually was an extra on that.
Well, welcome to the first time on the Mizzle and Doug
Oh,
show.
you were? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
Damn, you fell for that?
Hey,
so no,
anything is possible nowadays in this world.
Yeah, so no, I was trying to touch on the point when you said the Niners lost their defense. So I know I have W as a Niner fan. So let me bring this up. Javon Hargrave.
I'm on mute.
Torres, I know. Torres freaking what was it? His pec or his tricep? Done, pretty much done for the whole year. Renardo Green, one of the top-rated rookie corners in the NFL last year. He'll step in Ward's spot. So we still have Ward and Lenore there. Obviously, still have Fred Warner managing the middle of the defense, so I'm not concerned there. Salah's back, and remember, in 2020, when the Niners were decimated by injury, he still led them to the 4th-ranked defense in the entire NFL.
That is true.
Then you now have another edge to complement with Bosa. We do need work on the interior, but now you have another year of Mustafa and Brown working together in that secondary when we didn't even have Hufanga because he was injured most of the year. So when you say the defense is going to be decimated, I don't buy it. The only defensive loss that I think really hurt was Greenlaw, because the Niners waited too long to try to offer him a contract to bring him back. However, they had their doubts because Achilles injuries are dangerous. They're a dangerous thing, and you don't know how much you want to offer. The Niners thought they were going to get him back at a discount. So I'm not concerned about the defense there. So I like the pick. It's not the sexiest thing in the world, but neither was Aldon Smith back in 2011, or was it 2011 when they grabbed him?
True.
Good take.
However,
take.
I mean, as much as I was sad for Dre to go,
he needed.
You have D Winters, you have Tatum Bethune, so you can plug those two in to be on the other side of Fred Warner. But not to mention, this draft is also very heavy at linebacker, and the Niners, for whatever reason, when it's rounds 3 and above, that's where they seem to hit on their draft picks.
I thought they might at linebacker take at number 11. I was like, I don't know if that's the spot to do it. And you know who I'm talking about.
Well, again, like I said, if you're going to draft the Georgia Bulldog, they should have drafted Jalen Walker, who went to the Falcons.
Yeah.
That's why we really love to have him next to Fred Warner. But again, like I said, I like Mikael Williams when he's on when he's healthy. And that's his big down, and that's his big downfall right now. But when he's healthy, you know what you're getting. But however, like I said, when it comes to round 3 through 7, that's where seemingly the Niners find their gems. Fred Warner was a 3rd-round draft pick. George Kittle was a 5th-round draft pick. So on and so forth. So, again, this draft is very deep with defensive linemen, offensive linemen, even though your cream of the crop offensive linemen are gone. But like I said, I mean, to me, I thought Dominic Puny was a steal last year in round 3, and he turned out to have a very solid rookie season. So, I mean, hopefully you can find another gem like him somewhere in rounds 2 and 3. But, I mean, again, there really wasn't no stretch picks per se in this draft. I mean, pretty much just drafted close to the vest. Like I said, I mean, some people may be shocked that Shedeur fell the 1st round. Some people are not.
I'm not
either.
No, neither am I. I mean, I'll make it a trifecta, even though, I mean, like I said, he may go first tomorrow to the Cleveland Browns. But just to finish up,
if he goes to the Browns, I'm telling you, his career's done. His career is done before it even starts. Nobody. I don't
think his data will allow that to happen.
No, that's what I'm saying. If there's any time to be Papa Manning, it's tomorrow. Those first 8 picks. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Well, I don't see him coming to Vegas. I think
can't see it either. But I was saying like I would not be upset if he did, because he can sit behind Geno and learn. I would be mad at that. But him going to Vegas, that division would not be good. That division would not be good.
The alma mater had a very good draft. I really like the alma mater's draft picks.
The Falcons?
Yes, I really do.
They did very well.
Yeah,
Like I said, I definitely would have taken either Jalen Walker, and I definitely would have taken James Pierce Jr., the edge rusher from Tennessee. He was very high on my edge rusher list. I'm still high on the kid from Marshall. If he somehow slips to the Niners, I'll take him too.
Ooh, I forgot about that kid.
Yeah, he is. No, there's a lot of still good prospects out here.
This draft is still spectacular. You can get a damn good gem in the 4th round too.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's a really good draft. And I'm peeved off that I got to work tomorrow because I would love to do round 2 because round 2 is going to be very interesting, just as well as round 1 was.
Yeah.
So
you can pretty much treat round 2 like it's almost like round 1.5.
Yeah.
So why did Zelly turn off his camera?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, forgot.
I mean, if you're a little busy behind the camera, and you don't need to tell us what you're doing.
My bad. I'm moving around.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That was your special alone time.
I was gonna say, were you and Ling Ling having relations?
No.
No, that was way too long. That was probably relations and cuddling.
Speaking of Ling Ling, I'll be back in the Bay July 4th. What are we doing? I'm trying to turn the fuck up.
I think
back in the Bay
off that day, but I don't know what pretty much. But just tap Zelly. You know, you got my digits.
But I'm not mad at the draft. I just was kind of just confused with the Steelers. You need a quarterback.
They do.
You're not gonna get one in free agency.
Well, if we're just
they're signing Rodgers.
What's going on, sir? What's going on?
Hey.
By the way, very good pick getting Mr. Golden to compliment Jordan Love to go with Dobbs and Watson.
100%.
And Reed.
That was actually when that pick came in. I was like, I really like that pick.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good first round.
Right. It's just right.
It was a good first round. Just the Steelers being dumb.
So if we're just talking about quarterback prospects in this draft, here is what's left as we speak right now. Tyler Show from Louisville, Quinn Ewers from Texas, Jalen Milroe from Alabama, Kyle McCord from Syracuse, Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, Riley Leonard from Notre Dame, Will Howard from Ohio State, Max Brosmer from Minnesota, Curtis Rourke, Indiana, Brady Cook, Missouri, Graham Mertz from Florida, Seth Hennigan from Memphis, Cam Miller from North Dakota State, and Donovan Smith from Houston. And we're just talking about...
Hey, before you go off, before you say Donovan Smith, that's my partner's brother. That's my partner at Shine. That's his brother. And his dad is the running back coach in Indianapolis for the Colts.
Oh.
Look out for Donovan Smith when he gets picked up. This kid's 6'5". I think he's 240. Built.
6'5".
Think of Cam Newton.
6'4", 228.
Yeah, sorry, 6'4". Yeah, look for him. I talked to his dad today, and I'm telling you right now, the Colts ain't go for no quarterbacks. I can guarantee you that. I got some inside scoop. The Colts ain't drafting no fucking quarterback. I can tell you that right now.
So Shane
Quinn Ewers going 3rd round.
So Shane Steichen is putting his chips on Anthony Richardson. Okay.
They like him.
This short dude.
they like him.
He has a cannon.
He's got the cannon for sure.
I would say he got the cannon. And they
so did Jamarcus Russell.
What happened?
He said so did Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell wanted, sir. At least Richardson wants to at least attempt to play football.
Gotcha, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell was the king of lean before Lil Wayne.
I mean, the man
pre-draft
said
footage?
He watched a film that had no footage on it.
Remember that pre-draft?
Does shows up.
Yeah. You know, and they took that story and they put it in the movie Draft Day.
They did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because remember at the end they're like freaking Bo Callahan not looking at the playbook because they taped $100 at the end, and then he said he did. They used that same Jamarcus Russell story in the movie Draft Day, which I thought was funny.
So, what do you think the Raiders need right now, Miz?
Well, they need corner help. We need a corner. We still need some offensive line help. They took care of the running back.
They took care of the running back. for sure.
I would love to get them a young stud linebacker.
Oh, he's right here on the stream, right there. Dub, the Dub Show. Your stud linebacker to go to the Raiders.
Do you believe that Myers can be a true number one receiver?
No.
EJ.
No.
They've had comments since the last 2 years. They had Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty slipped to them.
Hey, bro. This is a John Cena fan. I don't know why you're
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my flesh and blood, and we're not
I can't trust EJ. Any team that get blown up by the Las Vegas Kings, I can't really trust them that much, man.
And I agree with that too, Hammy. I like I said, Pete will change the culture.
The culture will be nice.
Okay,
it's
EJ. If this was past regimes, I might agree with that.
No.
However, with Spytek at the helm and what he helped bring to Tampa Bay, a lot of that core is still there. The only exception is Devin White because he's a Raider now. Yes.
What did we do with Andrew? Did we have to get? What did we do? This is the same thing. Don't feed into what this man is saying. Probably 9 times out of 10, he's trolling.
That's why your Oilers are down 2 games to none of the damn Kings.
Hey,
do your job, Edmondson.
Hey, Denzel, you still there?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
You're the only unbiased. Wait, what is your favorite team? I actually do not know.
I'm Broncos and Lions. I'm from Detroit.
Okay, perfect. So you'll be completely impartial to this. So obviously, after Bauer's amazing year, he had a great year. There's already people online that saying Bowers is better tight end than Kittle. I'm biased, and then obviously Mizzle's biased.
No. Not there yet.
Okay.
No. Don't say Mizzle's biased. I'm a person.
No, I said no. You're a Raider fan. I'm a Niner fan, so I can't answer. That's what I'm saying.
I will answer the question for you.
He had a great rookie year.
You got to see. Kittle has put in the work. He's been consistent.
Once Bowers gets to the elite blocking that Kittle has right now, Bowers will become one of the best tight ends in football.
And he has
I agree. So
you know who block.
You know who he reminds me of, and you guys will probably think I'm way off kilter on this. Really? He reminds me of Aaron Hernandez a little bit. The talent, the play, not his. You're gonna go kill somebody, but I'm just saying, like, the way he plays tight end.
But no, I don't just. Oof, that's a pretty solid comparison.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez was a monster before he freaking his head got in the way.
He's making he was making those catches that Bowers are making now.
Yeah, he was the main guy before, even when Gronk was there.
Like Gronk was there, and Aaron was getting fed.
Exactly. So no.
Because Gronk was more blocking tight end, and Hernandez was more your pass catching tight end. Which is why when the Patriots ran that 2 tight end set, you were like, shit. Because again,
wait, as you mentioned that, which the Raiders have right now, Michael Mayer is a damn good blocking tight end.
Yeah,
agreed.
Now you got Brock Bowers that can do what, as the accountant just said, Gronk was the blocker, Hernandez was the route runner. You can just saying. Yeah, that was good analogy, brother. I like that.
If your receivers, like, no matter like who you have right now, don't have better production this year, they can't. Like, they obviously have Geno Smith, you now have Bowers, and you have Meyer. Obviously, you have the blocking tight end. It kind of reminds me of that relationship that Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker had there for a little bit. And then you also have Genty. Hang on.
I am so mad.
I know.
Let Delaney Walker
sorry.
God.
And then you have Genty back there. So now freaking if they stack the box, they're going to pay for it. So. Yeah.
I like the direction Raiders. That just means Jacoby Myers is going to have more one-on-one situations.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
To go maul somebody.
And then we still got that young man Trey Tucker who can take the roof off the top.
Yeah.
Geno Smith is if we can get that offensive line tuned up, Geno is going to have a tremendous year.
If you guys want to keep,
you already have the left tackle.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You already have the left tackle in Colton Miller.
Well, we gotta give him a contract. He's unhappy with his contract right now. He has no guaranteed money. I think the regime will get it together
Okay.
But, sorry, Deb, go ahead.
You have your future at center in JPJ. So the future at center is set with that Oregon Duck. I think Glaze will get better at right tackle.
Yep.
So I mean, realistically, all you just need is a left guard.
Well,
and,
you forgot.
and
you also forgot about Dylan Parham. He's not half bad. He can play. He can play left or right guard. He can play that in between. And then I think they got a solid veteran right now. So the offensive line is not bad. They did finish strong towards the end of the season. And so, I mean, Genty will give us. I think Genty will give the time that Geno Smith will need to make the passes. Brock Bowers is going to eat. It's because he's gonna command the double team. So that's going to open up. Jacoby and Tucker. They get one more wide receiver, a solid wide receiver.
The highest running back drafted since Saquon.
Yeah, so Genty is a monster. Yeah. However, he's not quite as good in the passing game.
Well, and you know what? And what I like about the young man, it was a question that was asked to him, and he said, "I need to work on the pass protection because got to protect the quarterback." He said, "I got to know when the A gap, the B gap, the blitzers." So he already knows what he needs to work on.
Marcus Allen will be calling that young man soon because nobody did it better than Marcus Allen. I'm just telling you.
He has
and then he became a Chief.
Hall of Famers. I mean, a ton of Hall of Famers and players within this organization that will help him out.
Yeah.
You also got to understand who's in that damn. Who's in those? Not I can't say office, not the office, but who's in that damn who's made the practices? Marshawn Lynch. I'm trying. Him too. And Pete Carroll. Him and Pete Carroll relationship has gotten better.
Well, yeah, because they ain't around Russ no more.
He's going to allow him in that damn building, and it can get scary.
So when it's first and goal from the 3-yard line, are they going to hand it to Genty?
I don't think.
Raider Nation will ride harder than the damn Seahawks did if he makes it like that again.
They'll storm the damn field to jump his ass.
They sure will.
Damn right. Air Force Ones will be on the field if he does some shit like that.
You know what? I guess it's kind of karma. Like, I know we're going back in history, but that play, it's kind of a little bit of karma because realistically, the catch that was made to get down to that position was one of those. The Patriots are getting like again.
When Jermaine Kearse made that catch, literally sitting on his ass.
Yeah.
And NBC purposely pan the camera to Tom Brady's facial expression and reaction. It was like, I am cursed in this stadium because this is the same stadium to where the damn helmet catch happened. I cannot win in this stadium.
Yep, and then don't forget, so the crazy catch again in 2000 with Tyree, then you had the crazy one with Manningham, and then another crazy one with Kearse. That would have been nuts.
No, the Manningham catch happened in Indianapolis, not
no,
Arizona.
Correct. I'm just saying the Patriots being cursed with these crazy catches against them.
Yes.
EJ, to answer your question, Ja got hurt and left the game, and that's why the Thunder came back to win the game to go up 3-0.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Just to answer your question, and yes.
Oh, we didn't even know you were here, Denzel. You turned your camera off.
And yes, by all means, as Mr. just said, yes, please keep your prayers for Gilbert Arenas' son.
Yeah.
As he is going through a big mental condition. So prayers to the Arenas family. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So the good news about that, when I read the report, he is in stable condition, and obviously that's one of those, they put you in a medicated coma, like as a precaution. So, I mean, I'm happy it's not critical.
But, okay. This is the second time that something has involved USC basketball. And now I'm just trying to figure out what the heck is going on at USC, because this happened a season ago with Bronny, and now with Gilbert Arenas. I think he's a 4-star, 5-star recruit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. If I read that correctly. I'm just trying to figure it out. But, we like
Dub. Now Miz turned off his camera. Denzel's gone. Am I scaring everybody away?
No. I'm pretty sure Mizzle's answering a question, or he's probably talking to one of his kids, or
gotcha.
His wife might have came in. But
No.
No.
We have another star in this family, as my nephew is going to damn near be doing a commercial for Disney.
Oh, congratulations!
He got the gig.
He has to go back tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Declan.
Hey,
we got stars in this family.
Andrew, any team that has ever won a game has had some luck go their way. And
any sport.
Yeah,
luck goes your way anyway. So yeah, that's the reason why I have to disappear for a second. I knew when the phone rang, I knew what the phone call was all about. So I want to hear that. I didn't want no text message.
Declan.
Damn right.
Go ahead and wish upon a star.
Hey, that video, bro, sent. I was like, did you see how he was selling it? I mean, come on now, give it to him. So yeah,
staying on the subject of
shout out to my guy, son.
No, 100%. That's legit, especially with Disney. Ooh, they're picky.
Exactly.
So congratulations on that.
Well, Declan's definitely got the charisma for sure.
100%.
So Dub, I've never actually, I don't think, gotten your opinion on this. I don't know if we talked about it when you were here when we watched Monday Night Football. There's a question that you knowledgeable sports fans I want to ask. Why is it that Kyle Shanahan gets the blame for the Super Bowl loss against the Patriots 28-3? I understand he was the offensive coordinator, but 1, Dan Quinn's the head coach. 2, the defense couldn't freaking stop anybody. But every time somebody brings it up, they're like, oh, Kyle Shanahan lost it. I was like, in Seattle, nobody blames the OC for that call. They blame Pete Carroll. It
goes hand in hand because what Kyle Shanahan did in that game, he went against what was working, which was the running game. He shouldn't have been he should have been chewing up clock with that lead. It should have been running game, but no. We want to throw the ball to stop the clock. So he gets, but Dan Quinn does get some of that because, like you said, he's the head coach.
Dan Quinn could have said to Kyle,
his offensive coordinator,
absolutely not, run the fucking ball.
Yes, he could have.
He should have.
Now again,
they were almost damn near averaging 5 yards a carry, which most of Kyle Shanahan teams do. As you, as a Niner fan, should know this.
100%. I don't blame Kyle Shanahan for that loss against the fucking Patriots, though. I blame Dan Quinn and the defense.
I agree with you. I'm gonna give like I said, I agree with you slightly.
Oh, hey, Kyle.
But if your offensive coordinator is putting your team and the defense in bad situations, you're up. Why are we throwing the ball? Your running game is damn near getting 5. You're damn near halfway from getting the first down on your second play. But you decide you want to throw the ball, which stops the clock to helps out the other team.
Dub is going to have a coronary up there. You might want to let him speak.
No,
because he's agreeing with what the fuck I'm saying. I can promise you that.
But I go back.
And I am not a Niner fan, as we can see. But
I go back to when they were up 28-21. And Julio Jones makes that ridiculous, insane catch to somehow stay in bounds. They did not run the ball after that. They got an incomplete pass, then took a sack, which put them out of field goal range. Mm-hmm. If they would have ran the ball with Freeman and Coleman like they were in the first half, and they kick a field goal, they're up 31-21. Time's wasted on the clock, and I don't give a damn if it is Tom Brady on the sideline.
He's not coming back.
The game is over, and ATL is having one of the biggest parties in known civilization, winning the Super Bowl.
It's more about clock management. Clock management was on the Atlanta Falcons side.
And the head coach could have overruled at any fucking time.
100%.
I agree.
And that's the reason why I agree with you saying that he does get some blame. But the play caller who's calling the plays, who the head coach is trusting his play caller.
What's up, fam?
You know, hey, how do we feel about that pick, brother? That's a fellow Raider fan right there.
Well, there you go.
As he comes in with the yeet. But no, both parties get blamed. But I blame more of Kyle Shanahan more than I blame Dan Campbell, even though he could have
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn, excuse me, yes. It's
before that, no team had come back from 10 points in the Super Bowl.
Well, 10 points was the highest comeback.
Yeah, correct.
It was done twice by the Redskins in Super Bowl 22 and the Saints in Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, and that one in Super Bowl 22 was a 10 points and then blowout.
Yeah, Doug Williams said, "Hold my beer and go score 35 points, the greatest scorer of offense in Super Bowl." Like I said,
but then you go back to that Super Bowl Seahawks and the Patriots. Nobody blames anybody but Pete Carroll. So like we can't have a double-edged sword here. Like the OC gets blamed against the Patriots when it's freaking
Pete Carroll vetoed a lot of more things though. More power.
Darrell Bevel deserves a whole lot of blame along with Pete. But again, okay.
We ready, Dub Show. Show us. Dub love.
No, okay. I go back to a difference. Okay, I go back to the Monday night game between the Bears and the Vikings in 1985. The Vikings are up 17-9. Now Jim McMahon didn't start the game. He wasn't feeling well. He came in, led the Bears to 2 scores. Now the deep touchdown pass to Willie Gault that Walter Payton ran the blitz and it gave a tremendous block. Jim McMahon called an audible on the play because originally it was a run play. Now McMahon gets back to the sideline, and of course Dick is being dickin' like, why they change the play? McMahon's like, we scored, didn't we? Sometimes you just gotta, because at the end of the day, it's your huddle. Yes, the coaches call the play, but if you have something going and you know it, and your offensive line saying, no, fuck that, we're running this. I'll give you another example.
Same thing happened in the Super Bowl in the Niners Ravens.
No, the reason why that play was not called.
But Niners Ravens, like everybody gives Harbaugh a hard time for not running 4 times Frank Gore. Nobody fucking says Greg Roman fucked it up. But I'm saying that's back to the head coach. So the head coach gets blamed in that Super Bowl. But the head coach gets blamed with Pete Carroll in that Super Bowl. But Kyle Shanahan gets blamed in the other Super Bowl.
But see, Harbaugh is the head coach, but he's an offensive-minded coach.
The
Quinn
49ers
is a defensive-minded coach, which he put his faith.
I'm bringing up bad memories.
No, the 49ers should have got their ass kicked in Super Bowl 47 because we were not ready to play.
Got to that,
100%.
We were not ready to play, and only because Beyonce and them turned off the lights, it killed all the Ravens' momentum.
Oh, that was me, actually. I was there. I was like, boop.
So you went to both Super Bowls?
No, I did not.
Your own team. That's I wouldn't have said that. But
so again,
to put the blame on Quinn and Harbaugh, that's 2 different. Quinn is defensive-minded head coach.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter who the coordinator is. The blame will always get on the head coach because the head coach, like the quarterback, what are they known for? Wins and losses, not the coordinator.
100%. Yep.
That's the unfortunate truth and the unfortunate reality.
And you're telling me the MVP of the league in 2016 couldn't have went to that huddle and said, "We passed"? No, we're not. Check. Run the ball.
If I'm Matt Ryan, I'm looking at my 5. I'm looking at my 5 hogs, and I said, "You block your fucking ass off, 24-26. Give me everything you got.
It's you guys the rest of the way. There's no need for us to pass this ball."
Yeah.
Or I can say this. Let's just move the change and just at that point, they could have just kicked field goals the rest of the fucking game. We would have won. We don't unless it's a necessary situation to pass, which like I said, the running game was getting half of the yardage to first down.
Yeah.
Run the ball. Don't put your defense in any kind of situation to where they had to make a stop.
Yeah, true. At the same time, he did put the ball in the MVP of the league's hands. I mean,
if the running game is working, do you think Jim McMahon's not going to give the ball to Walter Payton? Do you think Troy is not going to give the ball to Emmett?
No, they would have said, fuck what they just said. I'm checking out of this. Language.
Who didn't give Walter Payton the ball but gave it to Refrigerator Perry?
Okay.
Hey, yes, he was there, Mike Allstott, before Mike Allstott. I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm just saying, if anybody should have scored a touchdown in Super Bowl 20, it should have been Walter Payton.
Yeah.
And screw Mike Dicker for saying, "Oh, I didn't know." You what?
Yes, you did.
You're the fucking head coach, bro. You knew.
Okay,
not just that.
Okay, not just that. you know damn well how much that locker room adores number 34. Like when it's like when he talks, that whole locker room shuts the hell up.
Do you not think they would have moved that whole defensive line to the back of the end zone to get Walter Payton in the end zone?
Oh, you know they would.
The same thing that the Seattle Seahawks would have done for Marshawn Lynch to win the Super Bowl. Hence, as it comes,
I don't think Lynch needed it.
He did.
Marshawn Lynch did not go backwards in that whole Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was not the biggest Marshawn Lynch fan during that era.
Well, he was running all over your team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yep.
I would hate him too.
But still, I'm a fan of his son because I've been a fan of his since he was
in
California.
Well, he went to Cal, and he's from Oakland, and I'm from the Bay Area.
So he's the Bay Area Tides run strong with me.
When he played with Buffalo, I was a big fan. So there it is. You know, he's from the Bay.
Right. I mean, if you're from the Bay, you're a fan because
you're loyal to your soil, as E40 would say.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just one of those situations where, I mean, the coordinator should get the fair amount of the blame, but a lot of times doesn't. But like I said, it always falls on the quarterback because
I'll say this: if the head coach is offensive minded, bam.
Oh,
wow!
Shit. Wow, learn something every day.
Holy shit!
Language.
Hey.
This is our show.
What's a joke?
Speak freely.
Oh my goodness.
But none be ever. However, I was trying to get back to the prospects page and.
Sorry. Yeah, we kind of slid that conversation out there. We kept it football.
No, well, I mean,
Well, the good thing is Dub got out the 32 picks, and then we could have segued into how it goes. That was perfect.
We should have eventually, Dub, you should have a 49ers heartbreak show from 2011 to now on all the big games in the heartbreak.
The Roastmeister?
Every game had a signature play that literally changed the outcome of a franchise for a year.
You should let me have the cards and host that show.
Please, I'm still talking about Leonard Marshall 35 years later, knocking out my Hall of Fame quarterback for 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah. Where's Kyle Williams? What's Kyle Williams doing these days?
Okay.
Hey, look, I'm a Niner fan. That hurt me, but I will take this to my grave. Ted Ginn Jr. is not hurt. We go and win the Super Bowl that year.
We are not talking about Kyle Williams if the damn offense does not go 1 for 12 on third down.
Oh yeah, and only what was it? One completion to a wide receiver.
But
yes.
And what was the name of that wide receiver? It was that white long hair guy. Forgot his name. He's the one that had the one catch. He was only with the team for 1 year. I know
who you're talking about. I can't think of
Brett Swain from San Diego State?
Yeah, there you go.
But Dub, only the truest of fans would know that that's the reason why you guys lost that game. But the fans that are just fans, they see that he fumbled the ball. You guys had an opportunity.
I'm not going to say that did not contribute. Yes, it did.
But it did not get to that point.
What about the Ahmad Bradshaw play? He fumbled.
It doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, I know.
Is that stat you said? 1 for what?
1 for 12.
Yeah, but at the same time, again, Ted Ginn's there. We don't have any of those fumbles, and we're not even having an overtime discussion.
I don't disagree with that. But again, I'm sorry, 1 for 13 on third down conversions. I'm sorry, 1 for 13.
And if Deshaun Goldson and Terrell Brown freaking don't collide in midair on that would have been the easiest pick on the planet. Fun game though.
No, I'm sorry.
Actually, it was entertaining.
I'm sorry. It was actually Michael Crabtree that caught the one catch.
It was Crabtree. Okay.
Well, go figure with that.
Yeah, that's it. But tell you what, Dizzle or Mizzle. I said Dizzle. It's combined Dub and Mizzle. But I really was a huge Raider fan of that Super Bowl against the Bucs, but I went to that game knowing I don't think they have a shot in hell.
Once our center wasn't there, Barrett Robbins, I knew how the outcome was going to be with that.
When they changed the damn game plan, and Barrett Robbins,
But here's the
Baird
thing
Robbins
with that. I listened to what 2 Hall of Famers have said about that game. Jerry Rice and Tim Brown said that game was set up for Gruden to win.
Yeah, I read about that too.
And those are 2 well-respected men in this sport. I don't think they would not put anything on that. And
100%.
And for me, I'm pissed off for you for having Jerry Rice. The man won every Super Bowl in his jersey as a Niner. In the Super Bowl with the Raiders, he has an L on his record. And I feel shitty about that.
So I do have to ask this as a Raider fan. This is another big what if. So we know that obviously with the Tuck rule what happened, and then freaking Brady beats the heavily favored Rams in the Super Bowl. My question is, if the Raiders win that game and they go on the Super Bowl, do they have the power to beat those Rams?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Okay.
Our offense was high powered, and our defense was just good enough to make that stop that is needed to win the game. We were not elite defense, but our offense, Charlie Garner, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, Roland Williams.
Not just that.
Tyrone Wheatley, Zach Crockett.
The size
Jerry
of
Porter.
The size of the Raiders' O-line would have tired that Rams defense.
Lincoln Kennedy was a monster.
That Rams defense is basically built. That Rams defense is basically built on speed. The Raiders were built to run. Tyrone Wheatley and Charlie Garner would have got a heavy lot of dosage, especially in the second half. And the Rams.
And then you're talking about putting Charlie Garner out there in the slot with Tyrone Wheatley on the field as well too. I mean, it was a blessing that you guys let that man just walk across the bay. That's the only reason why we got Jerry Rice was because it was Charlie Gardner.
Yeah, I don't like with that one. I would have said out. I would have said out in the elements. I would have been 100% like more confident in the Raiders if they had gotten to the Rams. But just inside of a dome, it's just a different game.
True, but like I said,
you're putting our offense inside of a dome. That's even more deadly.
No, gotcha. No, I'm saying offense. We're fine. I just like I get it, but that offense that year wasn't quite as good as it was still good, but there's the greatest show on turf. You still had all those players.
But like I said, the defense was good enough to make that one stop to win the game. Like I said, we were not elite, and yes, the Rams were very good on their offense, but I believe that we could have made that one stop to win a game, to win that game.
Perhaps that one interception that Ty Law got, perhaps Charles Woodson would have got the same one pick.
Yeah,
because that one pick, that pick six by Ty Law, basically changed the trajectory.
I mean, we had Eric Allen and Charles Woodson as our corners. I mean,
and you still had Torrey James.
Exactly. Yeah. So we were good, and we had I said Barrett Robinson. I think Barrett Robinson was the linebacker, if I'm not mistaken. No, but we had Beaker. Thank you, brother. We were okay. We go to Pittsburgh and we dominate because Pittsburgh wasn't as a strong enough team to handle what we were coming to handle our offense.
That Cordell Stewart was still the damn quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we switched up everything. But it don't matter what. John Gruden was the best friend of the head coach. And like I said, listen to what Tim Brown and Jerry Rice say about that Super Bowl. And you will say, like, the coach handed that shit to John Gruden. We were the better offensive team. Brad Johnson? Are you fucking kidding me? Brad Johnson beat the Raiders? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that.
Yeah. Well, didn't Derek Brooks win Super Bowl MVP that year?
No, it was Dexter Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dexter Jackson.
Because you know why? John Gruden said this. If Rich Gannon does this, don't fucking move. You sit your ass right there because he's going to do that fake pump fake and he's going to come right to the side that you're sitting at.
Yeah.
And that's how Dexter Jackson got his MVP.
Sluggo seam.
I'm bringing up emotions in this chat.
And guess what? It wasn't the offense that won the game for the Buccaneers. It was their defense.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the Raiders still did score.
Yeah, no, I remember. Like, trust me, seeing Jerry Rice take that long touchdown Super Bowl was a very nice moment.
I thought we had a chance when he did that. I really did think, we're back in this game.
Yeah, they were within 13 points.
I've only cried for 2 sporting events in my life. No, 3. I'll take it back. The Tuck rule was 1. because we should have won that game. I literally cried. The Sixers losing to the Lakers in the finals, and the Raiders losing in the Super Bowl to the Bucks. That shit hurt my soul.
Wait, you said Sixers losing to the Lakers? That series wasn't even close.
It doesn't matter. Allen Iverson deserves to have a damn finals ring. And that's the reason why it hurt me more than anything else.
It's the damn Lakers.
And I don't like the Lakers.
We despise LA sports teams on the show.
You must have enjoyed it in 2004 when they got just obliterated by the Pistons.
100%. Oh, yeah. That's the 3 times I've ever
if it wasn't for Kobe's miracle shot in game 2 and the forced overtime, Lakers would have got swept by the Pistons.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The Pistons were so impressive that year.
I mean, Ben Wallace, they played the right way. Big shot. Oof.
Yeah. I wish basketball kind of went back a little bit more to more defense rather than 3-point contest.
No, because they'll cry too much physicality.
No, but I mean, we got to find a happy medium. Like, I appreciate the NBA games back in like the early 90s, late 90s, where like you look at the Sports Center final score 88-84. But when I see this stuff now, it's like 140 to like 137. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, that's the reason why you see what happens in the NFL. The quarterback can't be touched because we want to make sure that we get scoring. You need scoring. You don't want defense.
People are using the reverse argument when it comes to the LeBron and MJ debate. I saw somebody say like, oh, well, the average amount of points scored is way higher now, and he took all these years to get all those points. Jordan scored it in an era where the points were lower. I was like, nobody held that against Gretzky for the longest time when he played in a higher scoring era.
Well,
Miss Jody, what is your question?
My bad.
Here's the no. You want to talk about going back to the NBA? No, the NBA's what's the word I'm looking for?
While you're pondering, have you seen the ratings difference? Like how they
Well, see, what was crazy about the media is when the ratings went down, they want to blame it on 3-point shooting.
Yeah, right.
Is that the route we're going? 3-point shooting is the reason why?
No. Just like the ratings have gone down. Like
no, because we can see that you guys, when you want a team to win, we can kind of see where the referees are heading with this game.
Yeah. Also, like, do you really get the ratings for when people illegally watch illegal streams? Like, do those get calculated? Didn't have that in the 90s.
Nope.
Dub. Hacksaw Jim Dub. The Dub Show. Dub Love. Give us some insight.
So Mr. A asked, the Rams trading out of the first round as fast as they did, they were going to draft Jackson Dart. I'm pretty sure the Giants straight up like, no, I think the Giants
were never going to draft Jackson Dart. They wanted to get more capital.
Yeah.
They got a first round pick out of this, I think.
Yeah. The Giants really wanted Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Hence why they traded back in with the Rams.
And gave up a first round pick.
Yeah. Once the Giants talked to him and interviewed him, they figured this is our guy to take the reins after how many ever seasons Russ is there. No. The Giants wanted Jackson Dart because initially, before they talked to Jackson Dart, people thought that Shador was going to East Rutherford, New Jersey. That's not the case. It is Jackson Dart,
I said Jackson Dart. I did.
Jackson Dart coming into this draft got a lot of attention, per se, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams were very high on him, and the Giants struck when the needle's hot, and good for them.
Hey, Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Actually, for the future, absolutely. But for this year, who throws one of the prettiest deep balls in the NFL? Ever.
You can put Jackson Dart up there.
Correct. No, I'm just saying Russell Wilson has one of the most catchable and accurate deep balls. And with Malik Neighbors, that should be fun for a little bit.
The moon ball.
Fantasy football owners.
The moon ball will be on display. Because I think that Dart is sit a year. Unless something drastic happens and he has to play. But getting Abdul Carter and Dart, I think the staff saved their job for the year with the picks. The future is pretty bright for that on both sides of the ball if they can build around it.
So I just looked at the time. It's 10:05. You know, I appreciate you inviting me on, Dub. I love talking sports, and it's hard to talk fast in the chat.
Well, I mean, this is what we do. We
Oh, live is a lot better.
Yeah, we try to, make sure our fans have a very nice platform to to be on.
So definitely appreciate the invite. I appreciate the link. Mizzle, Dub, I definitely got to step off. I got to get ready. I don't know if you guys are knowing, but I do actually professional sports card breaking now. I've been at it for about 10 days, and we've pulled some monster cards. Like hit a Bo Nix White Pandora to 25, 4K card.
You mean to tell me you're getting paid just by showing your hands on TV?
Yes.
I thought about doing that job because I saw the link. I saw the ad on Indeed.
Hey, I tell you what, you're knowledgeable as well. We get big enough. If you're looking to break cards, I'll pay you.
I'll think about it.
Okay, because first of all, your announcer's voice is amazing. So,
bless you, sir.
It's either Askew or Corey Hammond.
Good Lord.
I'm just kidding. Have a good night.
All right, John.
Good night, bro.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for joining.
All right, Miss Jody comes in and says, "I've been knowing Dart was going to the Giants because of this Manning connection. It was obvious. Then why did they trade up front of the Rams? Because they just, you would have to ask the Giants that question. And yee, little big brother. The Rams moved completely on the first round. It's obviously what the Rams wanted. Well, I mean, the Rams. Here's the thing. What people don't understand is the
Rams ain't had a first round draft pick in moons.
Yeah, but like I said,
I trust Les Snead
and Sean McVay. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I trust that organization.
Getting paid, as KB says. But glad you are with us here on this NFL draft special. Here on the Mizzle Dub NFL draft special, we were going over draft picks of all 32 teams and seeing what other prospects can be found in round number 2 of this.
Tomorrow is going to be very interesting.
It is.
There's still a tremendous amount of talent out there.
Oh, yeah, without question. Without question. Just real quickly, because we forgot to do a recap scores in the Diamond. Giants come back and get the win and take the series over the Brewers.
That's damn right.
In 10, the Tampa Bay Rays beat the Diamondbacks 7-4. The A's of West Sacramento get the win over the Rangers 4-3, and that means Bochy will make his way down I-80 tomorrow for the weekend set.
Oh
yes, Bochy
back to the stadium. He helped bring
3 championships. Yes,
3 of them things, huh?
In 7 games due to weather, the final it gets to the White Sox 3-0. Mariners beat the Red Sox again 4-3. In a doubleheader, the Royals take both games from the Rockies, 7-4 in Game 1, 6-2 in Game 2. In the Battle of Maryland, the Orioles beat the Walgreens 2-1, and the Angels beat the Pirates 4-3. Mystery says, how about the Saints? Because the Rams were going to groom him behind Stafford, plus he is old and could get hurt. Literally one of the last older quarterbacks from that era to sit behind Emler. Well, yeah, I mean, Stafford is him and Flacco definitely the last of the Mohicans if it comes to, I guess, pure pocket quarterbacks from the previous era, if you want to say that. But yes, it is. Yes, it is, little bit brother. It is the old slap. Yes. Yes, it is. So if we're looking at best prospects available, and yes, the Raiders do have 8 picks left. But they did scratch off.
I think this franchise is in good hands. And every pick that the Raiders always find gems in the later rounds, but just to hit 2 years in a row on the first, I think we're in good hands. We're gonna be competitive these 3 years.
I trust Spytech when it comes to his scouting because, like I said, he helped. Yeah. He helped get a lot of those good players that Tampa Bay still has, from Vita Vea to Chris Godwin to Pat White, or to Devin White to Bucky Irving, Mike Evans, so on and so forth. So I do think Spytech has definitely a plan, if you will. as you're looking at best players left, if you will, here for day 2. Obviously, there's Will Johnson, the quarterback from Michigan. As I just mentioned,
I think his injury is going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Clearly, if he was healthy, he is a top 5 pick.
The Chiefs went. Hold on, Miss Jody. I can answer that question for you.
They went.
I want to say they went defense. No,
defense. I think.
Yeah, they went. No, they went. Josh Simmons, tackle from Ohio State.
Smart.
All right, so you got Will Johnson, the quarterback from Michigan. Obviously, one of the guys that I want at edge, Mike Green from Marshall. He might go off the board real quick. Nick Emawari, the safety from South Carolina. Donovan Esgrazu, the edge rusher from Boston College. He's still there. One of the guys that I am high on that I would love for the Niners to draft is Darius Alexander, the defensive tackle from Toledo.
Oof. Yes.
Yeah. If anybody needs a running back, Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. He's available.
Both of their running backs from Ohio State are going to be very productive.
Siobhan Rebel Jr., the quarterback from East Carolina. Obviously, we know about Shador. Tight end Elijah Roro from the U. Trey Amos, the cornerback from Ole Miss, is still there. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver from Iowa State, still there. Mason Taylor, yes. Jason Taylor's son, the tight end from LSU.
Hey, ask this question. The tight end that the Raiders signed, is that Quadre Ismail's son? I want to say yes.
That is a very good question. Because, I mean...
Miss Jody, I don't think the Raiders are drafting a quarterback in the second round at all. If they're going to draft a quarterback, it's going to be probably Will Howard, or I hate to say it, Quinn Ewers, and that's going to be in the later rounds, 4 or 5. I think they go corner or tackle in the second round. There's pressing needs right now than a quarterback. They signed Geno. They have Geno Smith 3 years. They don't need to draft a quarterback this year. They can wait till next year. They're going to focus on the trenches, and they're going to focus on the back end of this defense. I don't. Quarterback will be late rounds.
Yeah, and they did have Quinn Ewers to the Raiders a lot this last week leading up to the draft.
But they also said Jalen Milroe might be a sleeper pick, and you can get him in the third, fourth. So no, I don't see them wasting their early round, second round pick on a quarterback. I'll be shocked if they did that. I see more corner offensive line help.
That is the Mizzle
That's
son
Quadre,
and the
that's the
Rockets'
Mizzle
nephew.
son?
Mizzle son, Rockets' nephew, yes.
Yes. I figured with that name, just by the name.
Yeah.
Is it Quadre Ismail? Kadir. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it. So we got to, hey.
Well, I mean, stays in the family.
Mm.
All right, so continuing, we got, of course, if anybody needs a center, my football team. Jared Wilson from Georgia's there. Again, another great defensive tackle, Shamir Turner. Trey Harris, wide receiver from Ole Miss, is still there. Luther Burden III from Missouri. A lot of people are very high on this young man.
He's pretty decent as well. Yes, indeed.
He is fast. Don't let the 6 foot feet. He can run. You got Ariante Essery from Minnesota. TJ Sanders, D tackle from South Carolina. Jalen Noel, wide receiver from Iowa State.
That is true.
Also got Jordan Birch, edge rusher from Jordan. Of course, Judkins, the other running back from The Ohio State University. Don't forget about JT Tuamula Alu, the edge rusher from Ohio State. Now, this guy can play on my team any day. Carson Schwarzenegger, the linebacker from UCLA, will be good in any defense. Salavino, the offensive guard from Arizona State, and of course, safety Kevin Winston Jr. from Penn State. And that's just the top 25 of best players available.
Yikes.
Round 2. And that's just the first page. We haven't even gotten to page 2. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, there are some good players left in this draft. Trust me. trust me. So there'll be some good prospects taken out of round 2. For sure. So again,
you will see how the second round will take place by maybe around the 6th and 8th pick. You will see where, because you can still see a lot of trades happening.
Yeah.
There, like I said, there's still a lot, as my brother also mentioned, there's a lot of good talent still available.
Yes.
There will be a lot of movement. You will see a lot of future picks later on, like 2026 picks being traded, like 5th rounders, maybe 6th round. But I believe there will be a lot of movement in the second round. There's a lot of tremendous talent left to go around. The draft ain't even started yet.
No. So rounds 2 and 3 will be starting tomorrow. So if you're looking for the order of round 2, it will be the Browns picking first, then the Texans second, Titans third, Browns fourth, Raiders fifth, Patriots sixth, Bears seventh, Saints eighth, the Bears ninth. So the Bears have 2 early second round picks, just like the Browns. Jets at 10, the Niners at 11 again in round 2, Cowboys 12, Colts 13, Rams at 14 with the trade that they made, Cardinals at 15, Dolphins 16, Bengals 17, 18, Seattle 19, Denver 20, Seattle in the swap that they did, Tampa Bay at 21, Miss Jody's beloved Packers at 22, which is the 54th pick in the second round, Bills at 24, Chargers 23, Texans finally get their first draft pick in the second round at 26, 58 overall. 27th is Ravens, 28th Lions, 29 Commanders, Bills 30, 31 Chiefs, 32. So that is your draft order for round number 2. So, I mean, get your alerts ready. Keep it close to the vest. Of course, ESPN, ABC, and NFL Network will bring you coverage of rounds 2 and
I'll
3.
be at work, but I'll have the Raiders Network in my ear.
I'll be at work as well.
But if my brother's up to it, we might give you guys a day
recap.
2 recap. Yeah,
a day 2 mini recap.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to recap and nothing else.
Yes,
because it will be nap time, as it's almost coming up to nap time here.
Yes, indeed. But
for myself.
But definitely want to thank Zelly for coming in. Definitely want to thank Mr. Corey for coming in and giving us
first timer, Mr. Corey.
And of course, KB as always, Miss Jody as always, EJ as always. Special thanks to Brandon, even Andrew for chiming in, and of course, little big brother.
Andrew chiming in with some football, love it. Just not, and a little bit of basketball, love it.
KB said, "It is my Friday. I will fill in."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, Miss Jody, why was it a weird day before we sign off? Explain why it was a weird day. Please enlighten us, if you will.
Oh, don't be holding up the show now.
Right? Because I'm actually yawning on the air, and that's not a good thing.
I've already been yawn. I didn't yawn like 4 or 5 times, and probably will end the show and be like, "Bing."
No, they did not have Roger Goodell coming out on a damn bike.
Yes, he did. But wait, why does it look like he does not know how to ride a bike? And I'm like, put 2 hands back on the bike. Miss Jody, please don't make me start playing the Jeopardy music.
Oh, God. Oh, no. The ugly gremlin was there?
Yes, he was. Oh, I got it. All right, well.
That's just because I saw the Green Bay Packer mariachi fan
dressed
like a mariachi.
I know why you did it, and I'm just happy you gave it to me. But Miss Jody, the ending credits is about to happen. So if you're trying to get that in before we end it, I'm about to start playing the super dope Beatmakers music. By the way, check out the young man's new album on all platforms. Even threw some Bay Area classic beats in on this one, and yeah, this
Lil Little Wayne look like he can't see.
Damn it, Dub.
No, because he's like, okay. I know the lean has done a lot of bad for him, but Wayne, bruh, if you squint and get some damn glasses, don't be prideful.
Damn it. You went there.
Yeah, he looked like he could barely open his eyes. Y'all pray for Wayne.
He's probably high.
Oh, yeah. High off that lean. Anyhow, folks, with that said, Miss Jody, type in your comments if you want to. Appreciate all y'all for joining us here on this this draft NFL special, the Mizzle Dub Show. As we appreciate all of y'all for being with us here. And yeet! As you've been watching the NFL draft special of the Mizzle and Dub Show, and it's 5 o'clock some damn where. As the super dope beat maker will take us home. Just real quickly, a friendly reminder of what's going on besides the draft tomorrow.
We got a little bit of NBA basketball.
Yes. Canadians, Capitals, Game 3 in Montreal, Quebec. Hurricanes and Devils, Game 3 in New Jersey. Hurricanes lead that 2-1. And, okay, Edmonton, you're back at home. Do your job.
Jesus.
Get on the board.
Please do.
As the Kings lead 2-0 as Game 3 heads off in Edmonton between the Kings and the Oilers. Tomorrow on the hardwood, Game 4 at Disney World between the Magic and the Celtics. Can the Magic get on the board? Can the Bucks get on the board being back at home as they trail 2-0 to the Pacers? And go Minnesota beat LA as Game 3 now comes to the Twin Cities at a 1-1 even piece. So with that said, thank y'all for watching, and good yeet, good night, and all that good fun stuff. And you've been watching the Mizzle Dub Show. It's 5 o'clock. Some damn where.
Oh, yes.
Oh!
Always.